So my local cinema just got the posters for the Crimes of Grindelwald, and let me tell you, it took some convincing, but I managed to make it work. Hello, and good morning.
You were beautiful person from the future. Forever. My regular niffler.
Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and we are now only 2 days away from Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Let me just tell you, it has been a journey. This is actually the end, well, not really the end, but it is the end of this chapter of my YouTube channel. We have waited for this movie for the past 1.5 years now, me obviously for 2 years, and you guys obviously for 2 years, until we merged together and we became a community and we started this journey of essentially just theorizing about the movie and waiting to get back into the wizarding world of J.K. Rowling. And now the time has finally come. This is my final video before the release of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I am unbelievably excited. As of the upload of this video, today is Tuesday the 12th of November. I'm going to be seeing the movie on the 15th of November at 11:30 in the morning, because they don't do midnight releases here in the United Arab Emirates, but it's fine. I mean, it just means that I get to see the movie in a more energetic manner, even though realistically, I mean, I don't really think that my energy would be any different no matter what time I see it. Also, as I showed you guys just now, Cine Royal was kind enough to give me one of the posters for The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I'm very appreciative. I'm actually gonna get it framed, and I'm gonna make a video on it, so you guys should stick around for more. But as you guys all know, as we are only 2 days away from the film, it is time to round up all of the theories that I've ever made into a top 5 list. So we can assume what's gonna happen in Crimes of Grindelwald, and then watch the film, and then maybe come back. In fact, who knows, I might actually do, oh, that's a really good idea actually. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a reaction video reacting to this video in which I give my top 5 theories for The Crimes of Grindelwald, and I think that would be really cool to kind of just like look back and go, okay, well, I got that right and I got that horribly, horribly wrong. So without wasting your time any longer, this is my top 5 theories for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Number 5. Nagini and Credence fall in love. One of the reasons I wanted to put this theory into this video is mainly because of the Nagini reveal that was unfortunately, in a way, revealed in the final trailer for The Crimes of Grindelwald. Before the trailer came out, you guys need to remember that the Nagini situation, which we assumed the Maledictus was Nagini, was honestly just a theory between fans. The Super Carlin brothers made a video on it, so many YouTube channels made videos on it, and we all contributed and made this theory into what it really was. So, a way in which I can incorporate Nagini into this list is by making my theory prominent of the fact that her and Credence are possibly going to fall in love. And the reason I feel this is prominent is because of all of the interviews that we've seen by Claudia Kim and Credence. They both say that Nagini's storyline is very beautiful because she tries to find love. I feel that the idea of Credence falling in love with essentially a woman who is prone to become a monster for all of eternity is a very beautiful thing, because Credence is a very, very, very damaged character, and I wouldn't put it past J.K. Rowling to make him suffer even more, so that either he has a very, very, very happy ending or a very, very tragic death. But realistically, I don't think it's time for Credence to die. It really isn't. I mean, he's a really, really big main character, and Jo wouldn't do that. But then again, we used to say that Jo wouldn't do a lot of things, and she's done that. Crimes of Grindelwald theory number 4, Leda Lestrange dies, and this is a gut-wrencher for me. As you all know, Leda Lestrange is Newt Scamander's ex-lover who he met at Hogwarts when they were just little children, and they both got along really well because they were both outcasts. Leda because she is a Lestrange, and Newt because he really, really likes animals and he doesn't socialize a lot. The reason I feel Leda Lestrange's death will be prominent in this film is because this movie is essentially about people picking sides with Grindelwald. We know that the movie ends at the amphitheater where Grindelwald gives his entire speech to his followers, and from that scene, people will pick sides. One thing that I think is very prominent is the danger in the wizarding world, and as we are about to meet Leda Lestrange, and we know that the love triangle between her, Newt, Tina, and Theseus would be complicated, in my mind, the only way that this can be solved is if Leda Lestrange unfortunately dies, because I don't think Tina would be capable to live with the fact that her boyfriend's brother is engaged to her boyfriend's ex-lover. Do you know what I mean? It's a very, very sticky situation, and my issue with this theory is the fact that I really like the character of Leda Lestrange that we've seen so far. We haven't actually seen the film, and to be quite honest, she wasn't really in the first Fantastic Beasts film, but from what I've seen so far and the clip that they released on Sky Cinema, in which Newt meets Leda for the first time in the Ministry, she is a fantastically layered character, and I'm unbelievably excited to see her develop, and hopefully, to be proven wrong, and to see her develop further in the next coming movies. Because remember, we've got Fantastic Beasts 3, 4, and 5 to look forward to, if the movie does well in the box office, so let's just pray. Crimes of Grindelwald theory number 3, Grindelwald and Dumbledore's blood pact. We've all heard Dumbledore say that he can't move against Grindelwald and that it has to be Newt because they've played it in literally every single trailer for the movie. Wouch. However, I'm really sure that J.K. Rowling is not only going to base it off the fact that Grindelwald and Dumbledore used to be in love when they were younger. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. However, I would really like to see the development of a toxic relationship in Harry Potter, because I don't really remember seeing one, like a romantic toxic relationship that uses manipulation. I would love to see that in Harry Potter. I would love to kind of get that representation for all kinds of relationships in the wizarding world. What I do think, however, is really interesting is the fact that when Dumbledore sees Grindelwald in the Mirror of Erised in the trailers, you can see that the younger versions of them are kind of holding hands and looking very ominous. And my theory is that Dumbledore and Grindelwald have made a blood pact, and they have stored their blood in the pendant that was released from the Noble Collection about a couple of weeks ago. And the reason I find that really interesting is because Grindelwald keeps it everywhere he goes. And one of you amazing people in the comments actually mentioned that maybe Grindelwald keeping Dumbledore's blood in his pocket is a way of concealing him from Dumbledore, in which Dumbledore physically cannot move against Grindelwald as he cannot hurt him as he has his blood. I know it sounds like a bit of a confusion, but I really do feel like this is a strong theory that I highly support and I highly would be very interested in. Crimes of Grindelwald theory number 2, and this is the big one. Queenie joins Grindelwald. I know that we've been talking about this for ages now. I was actually the very first YouTuber to make a video on Queenie joining the dark side, and so it is one of my proudest videos that I've ever made on the channel, and to be quite honest, I am very, very confident with the idea that Queenie is going to join Grindelwald for many reasons. We know that in the film she is going to be very upset with her friends because Tina doesn't want her to be with Jacob, and Jacob gets really upset as she charms him, kind of by accident, but also on purpose, to fly off to London so they could get married. We understand that Queenie is very alone, and Grindelwald is a very, very, very manipulative character. I wouldn't be surprised if Grindelwald used his manipulations to lure Queenie in. However, one thing that I don't necessarily understand is why Queenie would be so important to Grindelwald's cause. I feel that a strength that Queenie has, however, that could maybe really help Grindelwald's cause is the concept in which she is a legilimate and she can read minds. For Grindelwald, the idea to read minds and kind of get to see the literal sense of when people are starting to fall into his trap, that would be a very, very powerful asset, especially if Grindelwald is used to being a master manipulator. I can't imagine what it would be like being able to read minds. I mean, it's a horrendous idea to think of, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just a film and it's the wizarding world, so we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna settle. And finally, my top theory for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is the most heartbreaking, but we're gonna go through it together, and that is that Grindelwald wins at the end of the film. And I know that's a bit of a strange statement to say because you don't really know the definition of a character winning, basically, in the fight between good and evil, but however, I do think that this movie will end at a very, very, very climactic note. My personal opinion is that at the end of the film, we're going to be given some sort of reveal, because I've been told that information and apparently it's going to blow all of our minds. I think the reason we get that reveal, for some reason, is because Grindelwald is going to win. I think the reason that all of the characters presumably get escorted back to Hogwarts at the end is because Grindelwald is too powerful to take on, and I think the movie ends with Dumbledore realizing that he cannot do this. Dumbledore cannot manipulate people to doing his own work for him, even though he necessarily cannot move against Grindelwald. It is selfish for Dumbledore Dumbledore to want other people to kind of take on the love of his life when he was a kid. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I really feel like Dumbledore's actions are really going to catch up to him, because we have been told time and time and time again that the Crimes of Grindelwald and the Fantastic Beasts franchise in general is learning how Dumbledore became Dumbledore, and I feel that Dumbledore needed to learn from his mistakes so he can become the wise superhero that we know and love. Otherwise, this franchise wouldn't really work, because there needs to be a conflict and there needs to be a fight between good or evil so that our characters can pick a side, essentially. I would like to point out that I'm actually wearing a Deadpool shirt to honor Stan Lee, who passed away last night. He created the entire MCU and he created the universe, which is now the top grossing film franchise of all time. Yes, they beat Harry Potter, and it's a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, I recognize that even though I wasn't the hugest Marvel fan, I did go to see every single Marvel movie that came out, and I was a big part of it. And another thing that I really do notice is the fact that he created a world, and so did J.K. Rowling. And I have sympathies to the fans who are very, very connected with Marvel, because I can't imagine how I would feel if the creator of the universe that I love to go into for entertainment and sometimes solace wasn't there anymore, and that is really heavy. It's just something that I wanted to mention, because even though I am very excited for The Crimes of Grindelwald, I wanted to take a step back today. I didn't really do a lot of social media posting about The Crimes of Grindelwald, because I just felt like it was a bit disrespectful. When the creator of another universe passes away, we need to kind of have a moment of silence. And yeah, it is very heavy stuff. It is very heavy stuff. Death is never an easy thing. And I will greatly miss his cameos in every single MCU film. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Thank you all so much for watching. I am so excited to see The Crimes of Grindelwald. I am so thankful for every single one of you for watching. You are all always so supportive, and I appreciate you guys so much. We have been on this journey together. Honestly, it's been fun, it's been excellent, and I have had the most fun with all of you guys. It has really been a blast, and I will continue to make Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts videos. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel to see a lot more Harry Potter content. Bye guys! I really need to get this picture framed. I mean, I've had it for almost maybe a week now. It's just, wouch.